Previously on Toni and Troy. Toni and Troy visit the local electric power plant. They see a lot of cool machines. However, they check out the freezer only to be trapped inside. Find out what happens next. Now. Hey! Who closed the door? We're trapped in here! Uh-oh! Troy goes towards the door and tries to open it, but it's locked. What do we do now? Freeze to death? Well, that's not in my plans. Is this really a time to be making jokes, Troy? We have to do something. It's so dark in here. Without a source of light, I can't see a thing. Use your phone's flashlight. That's a good idea. Troy takes out his phone and lights up the freezing chamber. This is so cold. We're going to freeze to death in here. I can't stop shivering. Look over there. Toni and Troy notice large slabs of ice around them. There are a lot of people who have been frozen inside the chamber. Troy walks around and recognizes the two employees that he saw in the restrooms. I know those two. I saw them earlier today. They were worried about the disappearances. I guess this is what they were afraid of. I can't take this anymore. We have to get out of here, Troy. Troy looks around and notices a vent in the chamber. There is a vent. I'll lift you so you can escape from there. Toni and Troy climb the vent and escape outside the chamber. Phew, that was a close call. Let's head back to the waiting room. Toni and Troy return, and everyone is relieved. Where the hell have you two been? We've been looking all over for you. We're sending you back home. There's been an emergency in the plant, and we have to deal with it ASAP. We'll reschedule the rest of your visit later, kids. Everyone is sent home. Well, that was weird. We didn't even get to see Mr. Morgan again. I wonder what happened. The entire electric power plant was shut down because of the disappearances. Mr. Morgan had reported the incidents to the authorities, and the investigations began. About 1 week later, the manager called the school. I'm sorry for all the issues we ran into last time. After much consideration, the plant has reopened. We would like to invite you back to finish your tour. Everyone was excited to revisit the plant for the tour again. Mr. Morgan was there on the main gate waiting, just like last time. Hello, kids. I'm glad all of you are here again. Although I had shown you pretty much the entire plant, the manager insisted we give you a proper tour this time. So, let's get started. Mr. Morgan took everyone on the tour to show them the cool machinery. Hey, Mr. Morgan, I have a question. Sure, go ahead. What happened to all the disappearances? Did that case get resolved? Hey, how'd you know about that? That's classified information. Well, I heard some rumors here and there. Ah, I see. You are very clever. Mr. Morgan then eyes Troy suspiciously. Hey, weren't you the one who came looking for me on the last trip? Yes, that was us. Huh. You know what? I think we've had about enough touring for the day. Let's just finish the tour with my favorite last stop, the freezers. Mr. Morgan took the kids to the freezing chambers. If I remember correctly, I didn't get to show you the proper working and process inside of the chamber, right? Come on with me. I don't think that's a good idea, sir. Don't worry about it. I'll come with you. Mr. Morgan opens the door and went inside. Everyone went inside one by one. All the big slabs that they saw last time had been cleaned and removed. Now you have to be careful. The cold air in here is freezing. Sometimes it can even move objects, like close this door. They explored around the chamber. Suddenly, the door behind them closed and the lights turn off automatically. Everything goes dark. Oh no! The door closed! Mr. Morgan warned us! Everyone starts freaking out. Toni and Troy eye the door suspiciously. Where's Mr. Morgan? I was wondering the same thing. I think I am beginning to figure out what is going on here. Everyone starts to panic. Calm down, everyone. I have a plan. If all of you listen to me, we can get out of here. Everyone went quiet to listen to Troy. Take out your phones and turn on the flashlights. Everyone takes out their phones and turns on their lights. Point it on that vent over there. We can climb it one by one and get out of here. If we do it slow and steady, all of us can get out of here. Come on, let's go. We don't want to freeze to death. They climbed the vent to escape. Once everyone was out, Toni climbed the vent and following behind her was Troy. As Troy was about to make his way outside, he heard the door creaking inside the chamber. Someone is entering the chamber. Wait, we can't leave yet. If we run now, we'll never be able to figure out who was behind all this. Toni and Troy wait a few minutes, and they hear footsteps inside the chamber. That must be the culprit. The one who's behind all these disappearances. He's here. Toni and Troy lean forward and look towards the door. They notice Mr. Morgan smiling. Everything looks perfect. Serves them right. First, they make a fuss about the bodies in the slab. I had to lay low and call the authorities. If I hadn't, those kids would have told someone at the office, and I can't have that. Then those two almost caught me tying up loose ends. I couldn't afford to let any of them live. Although, I do wonder how they escaped the last time, though. Troy pulls out his phone and starts recording Mr. Morgan. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. They will all freeze to death. Mr. Morgan walked out of the chamber and closed the door behind him. I knew it! I knew Mr. Morgan was behind this. Something just didn't add up about him. Toni and Troy escape outside through the vents and head straight to the manager's office. They see Mr. Morgan inside and hide from him. They put their ears next to the wall to eavesdrop on the conversation. I sent everyone home. The tour is finished. Good job, Morgan. Thank you, sir. We didn't need to bring them back again since we covered all of the tour the last time. But I guess that's behind us now. It seems you're right. I should listen to you more often, Morgan. Now you get back to the investigation of those disappearances. The whole industry is relying on you. Thanks, sir. I'll head out now. Mr. Morgan walks out of the office and heads back to the main area. Toni and Troy march into the manager's office. Hey, wait a minute. What are you kids doing here? Did Morgan send you all home? That's exactly the problem, sir. We know who's behind all the disappearances. It's Mr. Morgan. That's nonsense. Wait, sir. Have a look at this. Troy shows the manager evidence of Mr. Morgan confessing. I can't believe it. The manager shuts the door to his office. He attempts to delete the video from Troy's phone. Hey! What are you doing? Let me let you kids on a little secret. Morgan has a partner in getting rid of people, and now I'm going to get rid of you. They escape the office and run through the plant where there are a group of employees standing around. Mr. Morgan and the manager are responsible for the disappearances, and now they are trying to get rid of us. Thanks for letting us know. We knew it was them, but we're having trouble proving it. Mr. Morgan and the manager were immediately terminated from employment and locked away for the murder of the employees. Toni and Troy were named heroes. If you like our videos, don't forget to subscribe